Hello and welcome to my Conan Exiles review. So, the developers of this game is Funcom. It uses Unreal Engine 4. It was in early part of 2017, and it came out on full release on May the 8th 2018. It is on Microsoft Windows, PS4 and Xbox One. It is a action adventure / open world survival game. You can play it single player or multiplayer with your, i.e. make a clan in the game. You can play PvP or PvE. PvE is obviously for more a casual experience on the game. And in both of them you can make clans with your friends. The game is set in the world of Conan the Barbarian, and the backstory on the game is as such. The history of the exiled lands is revealed to the player by a war maker, Clow. If I said that wrong, I do apologise. Who is one of the Giant Kings, the ancient ruler of the exiled lands. Clow reveals that the humans once came to the Giant Kings as refugees, and the Giant King offered the humans the frozen wastelands of the north for the humans to settle. The humans built a city among the trees and practiced weird sciences and worshipped demon gods. There was peace and trade for 1,000 years between the humans and Giant Kings. However, due to the human greed, war eventually broke out. When the war began, the Giant Kings created the bracelet, adorned by all players, to bend the will of the human prisoners of war, allow them to understand the language of the Giant Kings, and to prevent the humans from escaping. They come to rely on the human prisoners to fight and labour for the Giant Kings. The War Maker is now unsure of the bracelet's new purpose. Near the end of the war, humans revealed a new weapon, forged of science, smashing through troops and encasing the survivors in stone. In desperation, the Giant King created the ritual that summons the sandstorm, which scorched and destroyed everything in its path. This is why most of the exiled lands are now a desert-like waste. Now all the Giant Kings are dead except Warmaker Clow. After thousands of years, Conan comes and speaks with Warmaker and goes to search for the Serpent Ring of Set. So that's the backstory on the game. So, you make a custom playable character, which you can make male / female. You can make them short, small, skinny, large, anything you like really. There's a number of customizations for your character. There's many races on the game, such as Cimmerian, Stygian, Hyborian, Nordheimer, and a few more. You can select a religion at the start, such as Crom, which doesn't really do much, Set, Yogg, Mitra, and there is a new one that I can't actually remember what it's called. Within the game, you must manage hunger and thirst. You must also manage the environment, such as the heat, i.e. if you're too hot you will die, or if you get too cold you would just die as well. You get various NPCs, i.e. humans that have camps, settlements all around the map, which there's many different races, as I explained a second ago. The animals on the game, you get crocodiles, hyenas, rhinos, elephants, spiders, lots and lots more. There's a thrall system on the game, which you go out and you capture thralls for your base when you build it, which I'll explain a bit more in a sec. With the thralls, you get 4 different levels of thrall. You get a level 1, 2, 3 and a named one. Level 1 obviously is the most basic thrall, and if it's a fighter it'll be quite weak. If it's a level 4, if it's a named one, that'd be quite strong. And the way you capture the thralls is you build a wheel of pain at your base, you go out of a club and rope, you club them over the head, you rope them up and take them back to the wheel of pain until they break, until you break them in, and then they become your slave. There's a building mechanics on it, which to build your base out of, which your basic building materials is sandstone, and then after that you progress to stone, reinforced stone, and then when you live in the north, which is a colder area, you get insulated wood and black ice, which keeps you nice and warm. So once you've got yourself a little base, you then need to get yourself some workstations in there. So your workstations, you get a smelter, blacksmith, carpenter, artisan's bench, armourer's bench, a cook, a drying rack to dry your wood, and I'll probably have missed one or two, and then that's when you go back to and then once you've learnt stuff, you can then make your individual stuff in each of them benches, like your armourer in your armourer's bench, different wood things in your carpenter's bench, and your artisan's bench is all your fancy stuff. And obviously if you go out and capture the thralls, like I explained a minute ago, you can put a thrall into them benches, and depending on what religion and how good that thrall is they can make special items for you, which have different benefits in the game, which is pretty fun to do. So the progression in the game is obviously by XP points, and you level up to level 60, and you get XP points by successfully winning a combat, with animals or NPCs that wander around. You get XP by gathering, and you get XP by crafting items such as clothing, weapons, metals, etc, etc. So we're going to go to the reviews, and Microsoft have given this game a 3 out of 5, Steam have given it a 6 out of 10, and IGN.com have given it a 6.7 out of 10. Now, if it just come down to simple gameplay and this game was working well, which I'll explain why it's not in a second, I would give this game an 8 out of 10, because it is fun to play and it's just different than any other game out there. So for that reason I would give it an 8 out of 10. But there's a lot of current issues with it, and these issues have been going on since pre-release, and sometimes it gets better, sometimes it doesn't. Well, if many of you have played this game will know that the servers, whether you play on a server, an official server, or you rent a server, they are by G-Portal, which obviously that's who the servers are rented off of. Now the issues with the game is constant crashing. Not as bad now as it has been, but the game still crashes. Some of the systems don't work, i.e. building parts will just disappear off your building. The purge system that they brought out doesn't work properly. You see things walking in the air that shouldn't be in the air. Also encountered a big group of thralls that are just hanging up in the air for no reason, and you can't kill them. The lag, you can get quite serious lag. When you contact Funcom about it, they like to blame G-Portal, and when you contact G-Portal about it, they like to blame Funcom. So you're going around in a constant circle. What other issues are there? One of the biggest issues is not bad to get into your server. Now, I'm an admin on a server and I rent a server with 3 other people just to split the cost. And it's annoying when you go to your server, you can see it on the server list, you try and get in it and you can't get in it, but you know damn well there's other people in it, and you know it's not your internet connection, you just can't get in it, and when you do get in it, you just get immediately booted from the game. And to be fair, getting kicked from the game is quite a common occurrence in this game, unfortunately. I've been in a game and I've been in there for a minute, less than a minute, and just been kicked straight out. I've been in the game in my own server, and I've been kicked out the server 5-6 times in an hour, which is very frustrating when you actually pay for the server. So for this reason, as I said, for gameplay with no issues, I'd give it an 8 out of 10, but because of the issues that I've just explained, unfortunately I've got to give it a 4.5 out of 10. But does that mean that I wouldn't recommend it to people? No, it doesn't. I would recommend it to people, and just to make this clear, I'm playing my version on Xbox One, so there might be people on PS4 who don't have these issues, and there might be people on Windows who don't have this issue, and are thinking, what the hell are you talking about here? But I'm just telling you the issues that I experience. But as I was saying, I would still recommend people get this game, because when you are in the game and you've not got no issues, hell, it's a fun game to play, and it's really fun to build. It's really fun going around collecting the resources, fighting the thralls, fighting the bosses, etc. It's good fun, but you do have to put up with the issues of the game. So as I said, 4.5 out of 10. I do think that this game will get better, and that they will improve the game, because they are constantly bringing patches out. Sometimes a patch makes it better, sometimes, more often than not, it makes it worse for a couple of days until they bring another patch out. So, but I'm hoping within another couple of months, and yes, we are in June, so I'm hoping by September the game is fully functional, no issues whatsoever. So I hope you found this review handy, and hopefully see you in the Wastelands.